Children's Hospital Colorado has 2 weeks to tell the state Supreme Court why it stopped providing gender-affirming care to minors. The hospital paused that work earlier this year in fear of losing Medicaid funding from the feds. Parents of patients sued. Lower court said no. Now the state Supreme Court has agreed to hear the appeal. Our Jaleesa Irizarry explains.
Embrace who you are, and the fact that
Watching an old video brings new emotions for Jude.
Wow.
At 12 years old, she was no stranger to a camera.
Oh, I was so young.
In the advocacy work around youth transgender rights. At 13, Jude went to Children's Hospital Colorado True Center to receive gender-affirming care. She was quite literally a poster child for them. They even sent her a card thanking her for being part of their photo shoot.
Gender-affirming care saved my life. I don't think I would be here without it.
Now, some kids have to be. This year, Children's Hospital Colorado stopped all medical gender-affirming care for minors after the Trump administration threatened to cut Medicaid funding for any hospital that provides that kind of treatment.
They just abandoned us.
That includes Denisha Doe's daughter, Danielle. They moved here from Texas to access treatment and are now part of a lawsuit against Children's to reinstate it on the grounds of discrimination. Denisha says the lack of care has taken its toll on her daughter's mental health. She was recently hospitalized for suicidal ideations.
It's every parent's, worst nightmare. It's heartbreaking. And you just want to ensure that they are happy and they have what they need and they have the medical care they need.
Children's Hospital Colorado says they did not want to stop the care, but if they're no longer allowed to provide Medicaid services, they say they could lose their state hospital accreditation and be forced to close. A risk they believe was far too great. And a district judge agreed, denying the request. But this week, the state Supreme Court decided to take up the appeal in this case, giving the hospital a couple of weeks to explain why they stopped this care.
Because at the end of the day, gender-affirming care is between a physician, a child, and their parent.
Jude is hopeful that the state Supreme Court will decide to reinstate treatment. So is Denisha.
Yes.
For her daughter's well-being, she has to be.
I mean, the idea of going through male puberty is her worst nightmare. So we are going to do everything in our power to ensure that she doesn't have to confront those feelings.
I was Jaleesa Irizarry reporting. Danielle says she's working to get her daughter care elsewhere, but the wait lists are long. According to the lawsuit, Children's True Center was providing care for more than 800 patients and had a 6-month wait list for appointments.